Welcome to another episode of Ozfish. Dave here. Let's get some. Out in Lake Macquarie again today. Out in the new boat. I've just put a brand new sounder on the boat. So yeah, this is a Garmin EcoMap 95. So it's got all the bells and whistles, charts, down scan, side scan, high definition color sounder. You know, I've never really had a really good sounder on my boats before, and yeah, it's touch screens. So yeah, it's got everything. So I thought what I'd do today is that I've been coming out into the northern end of the lake. The reason why I've been doing that is because I've been chasing squid to use on the beach for Jew fishing. But I don't know anything about the northern part of the lake in relation to fishing, lure fishing, or even bait fishing. I've spent about the last 15 years or more on and off fishing in the southern end of the lake, and I've done a lot of fishing in the southern end of the lake, and I know it really well. Caught a lot of fish there over the years. So I guess today's episode is in relation to what happens when you come out into an area. This is a massive area in the northern part of the lake here that you don't know anything about. I'm really what you could call in the middle section of the lake. I've come out near the drop-off. So when you don't know anything about an area, I guess the first thing you want to do is just come right back to just the basics and just see if you can get a few fish under your belt to build up some confidence. So the lake here, there are just massive, big, huge flats and weed beds, and they just go for miles. And what they do is they kind of drop beautifully off right over these ledges down into, 15 feet of water, 20, 25 feet of water. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to come along these edges, starting about 6 feet, 2 meters, and just work my way out. The wind's blowing from the northeast, so it'll kind of blow me out off the edge of the drop-offs, and just see if I can locate some fish just on these drop-offs. See if I can catch some flathead. I'm going to keep it really basic with my lure fishing. I'm going to take the prawn challenge today because over the years I've used so many sort of like prawn imitation lures, so my confidence level is really high in relation to using that style of lure. So on one rod I've got it's a 2-inch gold prawn, a pepper prawn, one of my favourite colours, and I've got a quarter on it. Quarter's a little heavy, but it'll allow me to fish, like 6 feet right out to really 30 feet if I want. And when you're chasing flathead, they don't mind a bit of a bump on the bottom, gets that lateral line going. So on one rod, yeah, I've got a 2-inch gold prawn, and on another rod I've got a Pro Lure clone prawn. And over the last couple of months I started to use this lure, and I have had a lot of success on flathead in the lake using the clone prawn. It's like a really good lure, really soft, a lot of movement in it, and the flathead seem to really love them. So I'm going to throw that out as well. And I've got a 3-inch gold prawn. I'm just going to see how that in pepper prawns, or maybe that might be a colour I think they call natural, but I'm going to throw that out as well and see how it stacks up against the clone prawn. I caught a lot of fish on a 3-inch gold prawn over the years. It's one of my all-time favourite lures. So what I like to do is, I got out late today, so it's probably about 10:30 in the day, and the sun's up really high in the sky, of course. So when I'm fishing along these flats and they're dropping off into deeper water, because the sun's up, I want to fish out. I want to start fishing out in about 4 meters, in about 12 feet. So yeah, I like to have about 12 foot of water when the sun's really high, just to give the fish just a little bit of depth, because that sun's up. And I'll just see how I go along this 12-foot mark. Yeah, if it was really early morning and really late afternoon, I'd be sort of pressing up into those shallows, where it's lower light, where I think the fish begin to come up over those really, really shallow areas. But in the daytime like that, yeah, 12 foot's where I like to sort of start, and 12 feet, right up to 30 feet. I don't think the sun maybe affects them as much. Just going to start with a 2-inch gold prawn. Good for brim, whiting, flathead. And like I've explained before in a number of videos that I've done, I do like to use a very aggressive action on the prawn profile lures. Really like to sort of rip them and get into it. It's really designed to get it up in the water column so the fish can see it really easily, and really to pump the lateral line of the fish to hopefully have them smoke in on the lure. So yeah, I like aggression on that reaction bite. And normally what I do is I'll just put 3 casts out on each rod that I'm going to rotate. So there's one on the 2-inch gold prawn. Another thing about fishing Lake Macquarie, my gut feeling is that the lake perhaps fishes on kind of like lunar cycles, like about a week leading into a new moon seems to fish really well in the lake, and a week leading into a full moon seems to fish really well in Lake Macquarie. So you get to about 2 weeks good fishing every month, and then the other 2 weeks in the month seems to be a lot tougher. So I don't know, I've got a seeking suspicion. I don't know, it could be a lunar cycle thing. So let me know in the comments your experience in the lake in relation to fishing into the new moon and into the full moon, and yeah, I'd be interested to see, like what other people think. But there's a fish there, small flathead by the feel of it. This is an extremely light rod. Yeah, this is a Brim Tournament special Daiwa rod, but yeah, it's great for really, really small lures. But well, there's that 12-foot theory. Yeah, I think they just like a little bit of depth when the sun's up. But the 2-inch gold prawn is it's definitely a fantastic lure. Yeah, just a flatty. Be a keeper, bud. Yeah, just a small flathead. But yeah, it's a start. Like it in new areas, it begins to build your confidence as a fisherman that yeah, you've kind of you've worked out a spot that's going to produce. And I work my way all the way along this particular area here, and it just goes for miles. It'd probably be just like flathead sort of spread all the way along here. So hopefully I can catch a big one. So yeah, so there's a flathead on the clone prawn. You kind of got me on the dead stick there, so. It's a little hard to tell, on these really light rods when you hit a fish. You've really got to back your drag off and yeah, just sort of play them out. I hope this angle's okay on the GoPro. I haven't quite worked out where to put the GoPro yet. I've kind of got limited areas in this big open boat. I need a bit of a thought in relation to that. So yeah, this fish is like a silver trevally. So yeah, they go really, really hard. They kind of never give up. Just gotta be careful you don't high stick that rod. Keep that rod down a bit. Yeah, little silver trevally, he's grunting away there like, yeah, he's kind of belted that clone prawn. Multiple species love the clone prawn. It's a great lure. So, yeah, haven't tried the clone prawn, get out and yeah, grab some. I think I actually got these one from Hot Tackle down at Morisset, and yeah, it's a great shop. Got a great range of lures. So, guys there are really nice and cool. So, yeah, let's get him back. Even though he'd make nice sashimi, they reckon, the silver trevally. Let's put him back, eh? He's actually asking me to put him back, you know, he's grunting at me, so yeah. See you, mate. Oh, small flathead hit me right out. He's got that clone prawn all the way down, and he wanted it. Anyway, that's another flatty to add to the bag. Clone prawn. All the way down, yeah, so yeah, probably about 45. Let's keep going, see if I get me bag. Fish. Flathead, I'd say. Fish, 52. So yeah, I came in behind the back of the sand island there, really shallow. Started about a metre of water and drifted all the way out, but that fish was probably out in about, you know, like 5 metres or something like that. So I'll do another drift, see what happens. Whenever you're lure fishing, but what's the saying? You're only one cast from glory, so yeah, keep putting them in. It's a fish, hitting you a fair way out. It's coming at the boat. Oh yeah, not too bad. Yeah, 50. Yeah, not too bad, like a 50. Hit me on that clone prawn, so yeah, clone prawn's been working really good for me, like I said before, so yeah, great lure. Yeah, in this particular area, what seems to be the key is, you can see the sand flat inside me and the weed and that, so I'm coming into about 2 metres, about 6 feet. Because it's a little bit windy, it's going to push me pretty quick, and I'm just throwing the drag bag out, and then I'm just sort of drifting out off those edges, and yeah, that fish hit me in probably about, you know, 3.5 metres of water, so I think if you just cover the ground, fish those drop-offs, those ledges, off those sand flats, seems to work okay for me. Flathead. Back drag off a bit. Straight down. Always makes it a bit harder when it's pushing you along at the boat. Oh, still got a bit in him. Yeah, nice solid fish. It's been a really tough fishing day today. Like I've been working really hard, and I've just come to a new spot, kind of like a channel with a lot of tidal movement here between the islands, and yeah, picked that flathead up sort of straight away. So that's a beautiful coloured fish. I'll just get a quick measurement on this fish, see if it's under or over 70. Fish is 69, so yeah, I'm going to keep that flathead just under. So, and that'll put me to my bag limit. So there you go. Like I've been out today, you know, working really hard, and what I've been trying to do is work out how to fish the middle part of the lake here, from the drop over, really working my way down towards you know, like Swansea really, and towards Wanji Point there. And yeah, I've got my bag limit of flathead today. I caught about 7 flathead today, 1 silver trevally, and you know, like I think I caught a pike or something like that. But yeah, so basically what I did today was I just kept it really basic. I just targeted the species, which was flathead, which is the easiest fish to catch, and I just worked along the edges of the flats on the drop overs, and I fished the drop overs, and that's where I found the flathead. This bigger flathead, he was just laying in a channel with a fair bit of tidal movement, really shallow water either side of him, but yeah, laying there. So anyway, if you don't know a system that you're about to fish, just keep it really basic. Just go back to the basics, and yeah, just try to work out a strategy. Today my strategy was to work the flats, work the edges, work the drop-offs where I know the flathead live.